away.
How much was it you guys not being sharp versus just how good they were the other night?
I think it was a combination of both. I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit. They, it seemed like, everything we were running, they were stopping, whether it was, on the ground. We had our share of big plays, but for the most part, even when a receiver would catch it, the guy was right there to, hit him for, 15-yard gain. And so we haven't been used to that. I think it was, a combination of both. You got to give them a lot of credit. They, they were flying around, and they're a good defense.
You all talk about being balanced, but when you get one of those aspects taken away, it's because they're stopping it or the game's out of hand, how much different is the offense then?
Yeah, it's definitely tough because, we always want to be able to run the football and throw the football equally as well, and up to this point we hadn't been able to do that. And so it was tough to be in that situation, and you get down and you're playing catch-up, and so the defensive line is kind of teeing off because they know you're in a passing situation, and DBs are just playing pure pass, and so it's definitely pretty tough to just go out and be able to throw the ball and knowing that they're expecting it. And so definitely not a situation we like to be in, but unfortunately we dug ourselves a hole, and we were in that situation Saturday.
Because you're one of those quarterbacks, you don't mind if you only throw 20 passes a game as opposed to some of these gunslingers who want 35, 40 plus a game.
Right, yeah. I mean, of course the quarterback wants to throw the ball as many times, but when you're winning football games, and the way we win football games is by balance, and that's been our key, and so it was definitely tough to kind of get away from that and try to play catch up the rest of the night.
Zac, what's the mood of the team right now? Do you guys still feel pretty good about yourselves coming out of this?
Yeah, I think so. Just lifting this morning, it seemed like guys had already forgot about it and started talking about Colorado already, and guys were back joking around and things like that. Obviously, we're extremely disappointed after the game, and it should be that way. And the mood on the plane and the bus ride, guys were definitely down. But that's the thing about college football is we got another great opportunity this week against a good team, and so there's no question in my mind when we come back out here to practice, this week we'll be ready to go.
How special is this one going? Oh.
It's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Ever since I signed, I kind of looked forward to playing back in my home state, and now it's finally here, and so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Playing in front of a lot of friends and family, and back in Colorado is going to be a great time.
Your parents have been to like every game he's played, which is for them quite a commitment.
A lot of miles, yeah.
And they get a home game now. How do they travel? I mean, do they have a routine that they always stick to?
Yeah, I think. Well,
how do they?
Sometimes I don't even know. I just know they show up on Saturday and they're there. But they've sometimes flying together. Sometimes my mom will drive down. My dad will fly in for business or something. And they've been great about getting to every game. It means a lot for them to come, even to games down in Troy, Alabama, and things like that. And so it's definitely going to be nice for them to only have 30, 45-minute drive up to Boulder on Saturday.
At the same time, from what I understand, it's a pretty big event for them. They're doing some interviews.
Yeah, my mom has been just hyping it up, I think, ever since I signed about, when we play at Colorado, which was, 4 years ago. And so now it's finally here, and the whole season she's been, getting people, giving invitations to, party at our house or, come to our house before the game or whatever. So they're having a lot of fun with it. I think, a lot of the OSU parents and stuff like that, it's going to be fun for them to go up there and just kind of hang out in Colorado, because I'm sure most of them have never been there, and so definitely going to be a fun time for my family.
Will she cater, or did she make some killer tailgate stuff?
If it was like back in high school, she'll definitely cater, but we were no, she we usually went out for dinner, so it's but she can cook. I don't want to say I don't want to down her cooking or anything.
Can you you have to set all this aside. I mean, it's special and you're going to enjoy being there and all that, but in preparation and all that, you kind of have to block it off.
Right, yeah, you just got to treat it like a normal game and just like any other game. They do a lot of different things defensively, and so I'll be focused on that as well as the rest of the team, just focus on what Colorado does, and obviously there's going to be a lot of other things going on, but once the ball gets kicked off and we get rolling, it'll just be like any old game.
Zach, because you grew up in the Denver suburbs, you're familiar with the altitude. I mean, for some of your teammates, you have to give them a talk, and how much can that be a factor Saturday night?
It can be a factor. I think you see teams go up there, every now and then and struggle with the altitude and things like that. But I think we're in great condition as a team. It seems like every time we're in the fourth quarter, the other team is the ones huffing and puffing, and we're pretty fresh. And so, I'm not really worried about the altitude for our team, and we've done a great job conditioning up to this point, and we're kind of tapering off now as we get late in the season. But I don't think it'll play too big of a factor.
Did you ever notice the difference when you left the mountains, come down here?
Definitely, yeah. It's my first summer when I came down here. I ran a bunch in the summer up in Colorado in May and June, and came down here in July and was running 2000s and just coasting basically through it. And it's definitely a lot different going from altitude to down here. But I think when I go home, I don't see that big of a difference. I think it's more the opposite way from when you go to the altitude to down here.
How much did Gary Barnett recruit you?
They recruited me a lot. They offered me summer before my senior year. They were looking at me as quarterback and recruited me throughout the season. And it was nothing against Colorado. I loved Coach Barnett. It was Coach Watson and Coach Gilmore, who are at Nebraska now. They were great guys, and they did a good job recruiting me. It was just just kind of the insecurity of knowing what was going to happen with them, after the season and with all the other stuff that was going on. But, the University of Colorado was definitely an option for me, and I could have seen myself going there.
Did you make an official visit?
I did not. I made so many unofficials that kind of took care of itself.
Any of your ex-teammates from high school go to school up there?
Yeah, a lot of them go to school. None of them are on the football team, but I do know some guys on the team. But definitely a lot of teammates that are just in school now at Colorado, and it's going to be a lot of fun to play in front of them.
Zach, you mentioned their defense. Other than their game against Missouri, they've been kind of a feisty group all year. I mean, they haven't given up a lot of yards in a league that has seen a lot of yards given up. I mean, just what is your knowledge of them and what they present?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, they're not giving up a whole lot of big plays. Missouri did a good job against them, but for the most part, they're a sound defense, and they do a lot of different things, mixing up coverages and blitzes and things like that to try to confuse the quarterback and an offense. And so, we're going to have our hands full this week in preparation and try to get a good feel for what we think they're going to do.
How hard is that going to be after wearing the bracelets and thinking about this for going back to the spring?
Yeah, it's tough. That was our goal all along, and up to this point we were inside of reaching that goal, and so anytime that happens, it's going to be tough. But we know we still got lots to play for, and I have no doubt in my mind that guys are still going to carry as much enthusiasm as we had up to this point.
With a bowl game, this team could win 11, and no team in this school's history has won 11. Is that something you think might get thrown around at some point? Possibility.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it will. I haven't. I didn't know that until you just said that. But 11 wins would definitely be great. Obviously we're just concerned about the remainder of our regular season right now. Obviously OU will be a big game, but we 11 wins would be great. We just got to keep preparing like we've been and worry about Colorado right now.